Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Karen Taff. I work with CA North and East, and welcome to our travel talks. We are going on an incredible adventure today. We have our very favorite partner from G Adventures, and we have Nupi who's with us today. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to show you what G Adventures is all about and get you on your next trip with us.
Wonderful. So as we go throughout the presentation, there's a little Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. Please feel free, drop in any questions. We'll make sure that we address those for you at the end of the presentation. So CAA, yes, we've been in business since 1961, helping you plan worldwide trips, whether you're looking for that all-inclusive winter getaway, a cruise, a hotel stay, or an incredible adventure that Nupi will be showing us this evening. We've got you covered. And you're going to find our offices not only in the Ottawa region, but in Sudbury, North Bay, and Thunder Bay. We've got some exclusive travel benefits, which Nupi will be talking about tonight. We do have a member benefit with G Adventures, and that's, one of the perks of being a CA member. So you've got some exclusive benefits, whether it's a cruise, a guided tour, or a package. And of course, the incredible thing is your travel insurance. You can actually be saving up to 20% with travel insurance. Start off with, check your passport, make sure it's up to date. If it's expired, go on into the offices. We can do your photos for you for free if you are a Plus or a Premier member. And if you're an Everyday or a Classic, they're only $8.50. So the CA Travel Stores can help you with that. You can actually earn CA dollars with our reward partners. And if you go onto our website and just click rewards, you'll be amazed at how many partners we have. You can either save money or earn dollars, and you can actually put those CA dollars on your vacation. If you need an international driving permit, we do offer those in all of the stores and take the photos that are needed for those as well. So booking with a travel consultant is so key. It's, they're going to do all the heavy lifting for you and make the process super easy and simple and stress-free for you. So they're going to give you all the little tips and tricks. Our team are all traveling right now, so they've got the word on the street and what's going on in destinations, and the teams are all helping each other out with keeping each other up to date on what is going on. We've got, of course, those exclusive member benefits that I mentioned, and of course the travel insurance up to 20%. For me, it's still the most important thing I pack, travel insurance, so make sure that you're covered not only yourself medically, but protecting your investment with your cancellation, interruption, and baggage. So essentially, we're your one-stop shop for all of your travel needs. If you need, in addition to your travel insurance, if you need some travel accessories, you can go into the stores and be saving up to 20%. And you can also be saving with Shell gas. You'll be saving 3 cents a liter as a CA member and 10% off your car washes. As I mentioned, G Adventures is a preferred and trusted partner with CAA. We've had a great relationship for many years. We love working with them because they do such a great job, but we also get great member feedback. And that's for us what it's all about, is that great customer experience and great customer service. Thank you so much for joining us, Snoopy.
Thank you so much, Karen, and a pleasure to be with you all tonight. And thank you for taking the time out of your evenings. Really special to be in front of you and talking about an amazing product that I've been with the company for now coming up to nearly 9 years or 10 years or so, and loved every moment of it. So at G Adventures, we like to say, travel with your heart out. So, put your heart out there, with the communities you travel to, the people you meet, and, you'll really come back from the itinerary and have felt the experience wholeheartedly. So I'm going to show you a video just what that means.
Travel your heart out with G Adventures. Lose the script, keep the story. Say yes. Get lost, get closer, get invited in. Because it's not about how far you go or how much you see. It's about how deeply you feel it. So don't just take the trip, show up for it. Travel your heart out and watch what happens.
Love that video. So just to, go over G Adventures, we're a Canadian-born company. We have been doing our thing since 1990. We, are made to travel the world. We love what we do, and, If we fast forward now to 2025, we have over 900 itineraries on all 7 continents and over 100 countries. We have 5 different comfort levels, 5 different physical ratings, and we've got 14 different travel styles that make up the word adventure. So there's a flavor for everybody, and where don't we go, or where do we go? We go everywhere. So just to go over the G benefits or the G difference, we small group travel. So when people think of small group, we go smaller. We're a maximum group size of 16 people. We average about 10 to 12 on any of our given tours. We're also, guaranteed departure. So, if you book onto the trip, we're going to run it. There's no minimums required for you to run the itinerary. What it also means is that you get a sense of camaraderie within the group and intimacy, but also the destination when you travel. We want to keep our footprint small. We want to ensure, you can hear your guide and you're not following a flag bearer. You're actually following, someone that you can form a relationship and, get the best out of the experience too. And this is why we have our locally based guides, our chief experience officers, as we call them. And our chief experience officers are actually people who've grown up in country that you travel to. So that first-hand knowledge of the destination is what sets us apart as a tour operator. They actually stay with you the whole itinerary, so they become your parent. I've been on 18 G Adventures trips now, and I actually don't know how to travel any other way. My CEOs are the first thing I talk about when I come home, the experiences that they are able to provide, for the whole group, but also, myself and the understanding of the destination itself. So Iman, who's actually in the photo there in the middle wearing the National Geographic Journeys t-shirt, he's been with G Adventures now for 20 years. And I went to Jordan in 2019. I said to Iman, look, I'm a big foodie. I want, to have some of the local hummus and the pita bread. He smirked at the group and he said, I know where the king likes to sneak out and eat hummus. So we actually went to this place. It was quite off the grid. All the locals were there. There was pita bread, being flown around off the fire. There was hummus being passed around with olive oil drizzled on top. It was awesome. And, you go to Superstore now and it's not the same experience. So, our CEOs do set us apart from any other tour operator. They are the best in the business. Their average tenure with G Adventures is a minimum of 5 years, and they go anywhere up to 30 and above years with us. So, the consistency of experience is important, and that's why they're the best in the business. Another reason, to have local people on the ground is they know the best places to go visit the sites. So that's my wife and I at the Taj Mahal on the left-hand side there. I never thought in my life that I would see the Taj Mahal without anyone behind me. So you can see that the light's still coming up. We were the first tour group in the gate. So we all actually walked in. There was no one around. We had about 25 minutes before the crowd started rolling in, and everyone in the group got a photo like that with the Taj Mahal behind them. An unforgettable experience. And, it's worth it to have someone local on the ground to be able to, say, look, we're going to get you up early, but it's going to be worth it. Again, on the right there, I never thought I'd see Petra at sunrise. We were the only tour group with our National Geographic team. And, again, seeing Petra at sunrise, another magical experience, for the group and myself too. We also don't charge single supplements. So if you're a solo traveler looking to book, through a CA agent and you're unsure of, if you can go as a solo traveler, it's totally fine. We actually charge you the same rate as everyone else, and we just pair you up with another traveler of the same gender. Now, if you do want to opt into the single supplement, you certainly can if you want to as well. And it'll just be an additional charge. We also have lifetime deposits. So I'm going to be talking about our sale, which is actually running our Black Friday sale. And lifetime deposits are a great way for you to feel comfortable about where your money is being put down, but also the flexibility that you have with the lifetime deposit if your plans don't work out. So your lifetime deposit, once you put down a deposit on a trip, it's 350 Canadian dollars. It goes down on the trip. Now, if you have to cancel, the deposit just goes back to your name until you're ready to travel again. There's no expiry on it, so there's no rush to use it again. You can donate it to a friend or family member, or you can even donate it to our Planet Terra Foundation if you wish to as well. As I mentioned before, we're 100% guaranteed departures. So Karen mentioned insurance. So what that means is you can book your tour, you can book your insurance, and you can book your flights all in the one day, and you can get excited straight away. You don't have to have that angst of, waiting for the group to meet a minimum before you can do anything else. We can do everything in one day for you in that respect. Now, another important factor to talk about is, why book with G? Where do we stand out as a tour operator? We're not just a tour operator. Everything we do is about giving back to the local communities and business through tourism. So every decision we make, basically, when it comes to our tours, revolves around, the question, is this good for the local community? Every supplier, every accommodation, every restaurant, and everything in between. It's assessed for its ability to improve the well-being of the places we go to. We're also a company that supports employment opportunities for people all over the world. So this is where we have what's called the Ripple score. We always talk about how we travel differently, so we wanted a way to back that up. So in 2016, we created the Ripple score. When you go to book through your travel agent, they can actually give you the number of the Ripple score of the tour that you'll be on. We average 93%. So what that means is that 93% of the dollars that you spend on our G Adventures tours actually stay in destination, which is amazing. We're also a company that plants 1 tree per day for every traveler that's booked on our tours. So, if you book a trip that's 14 days, we'll plant a tree for every day that you're on that itinerary. So there'll be 14 trees that are put in the ground in your honor. And we have 16 different communities across the globe that we have this reforestation projects going to. We've actually put there around 4.3 million trees in the ground, and we're affecting 37,000 communities across the globe in a very positive way. So reforestation is a great way, to provide, a global footprint or a carbon footprint to a destination, as opposed to, just hearing the word and not knowing what's happening with it. So we're really proud of that. So this is our Trees for Days program. So yeah, I have the number here, 4.6 million trees are growing currently in the ground, which is awesome. So basically we're in the business of changing people's lives through travel, and we truly believe that travel can be one of the largest forms of wealth redistribution the world has ever seen. And we want you to experience that with G Adventures and, benefit the people in destination where you travel to. So take a look.
When I would wake up in the morning, I would see the faces of my beautiful daughters. I had no identity and also had little income. I knew I wanted a change for me and for them.
There were many fears. What would people think of me? Was it safe? But I knew this was a great opportunity.
When they came into Azad Foundation, the way they talked, they hardly talked, some of them, the way they looked, the way they thought about themselves has changed completely to women who are now so confident, so sure of how they've been able to help their families. Women on Wheels is a social enterprise that provides livelihoods as professional chauffeurs to resource poor women, and on the other hand also provides safe and alternate transport options to women users of the services.
I learned to drive, I learned self-confidence and English, I learned about women's rights.
G Adventures believes in responsible tourism. They have a lot of women clients who come into India to travel. They were looking for safe transport options for the women who come into India. They have supported us in terms of bandwidth, in terms of fleet size and the work that we are doing so that we can become a stronger organization.
Now I work full-time for Women on Wheels. I enjoy talking with the travelers. They feel safe with me.
I now have courage and confidence in myself. I hope women everywhere pursue happiness and freedom.
Now when I see the faces of my daughters, I know everything is going to be fine.
There you go. The big why of G Adventures there, and the importance of booking with a tour operator that provides back to the community. So thank you for taking the time to listen to all that. At G Adventures, we have 14 travel styles that make up the word adventure. And, there's a flavor for any style of traveler. The misconception with the word adventure is it's only for young people, but we go anywhere. There's no maximum. There's no limitations or barriers to who can travel with G Adventures. The minimum age being 6, so we do run family itineraries for families. But, anyone can travel on a G Adventures trip, and those 14 different travel styles allow you to experience adventure in your own way. Now, what I want to show you is our biggest sale of the year. So we have up to 30% off, and it's running until November 30th, so the end of this month. The deal is save 15% off and 30% off select trips departing by April 30th, 2026 next year. And you can save up to 10% on select trips departing between May 1st and August 31st, 2026 next year as well. So basically, we're serving up our best prices from the start. So, don't wait to get booking with your CAA travel agent. As Karen mentioned, we're a preferred partner, so they're very knowledgeable in the product. So you'll be in good hands when you book a trip. We have over 600 itineraries spanning all 7 continents, and the majority of our travel styles on sale. Popular destinations like Morocco, Costa Rica, India, Turkey, and lots more. Take a look.
Save up to 30% on small group travel during G Adventures Big Explore the world with over 30 years of trusted travel experience. Spots are limited. Book today. G Adventures.
I love. So I'm just going to go through some itineraries with you. We got, our Soloish program, which is a travel style exclusively for solo travelers to meet other solo travelers. And we got, an itinerary to Mexico, which is 9 days. Playa to Tulum, which is 30% off. So, the magic of Mexico comes alive, on this 9-day itinerary. You'll adventure through Yucatan, providing the way more than, more showing that it's more than just beaches and gorgeous beaches. So you stand in awe of the Chichen Itza, dive into ancient Mayan beliefs and rituals, then cool off in the turquoise rivers of the hidden cenotes, and you'll wander Merida's charming streets, spot wildlife in the Siankian Biosphere Reserve. So there's plenty on offer. Got the beautiful experiences where you can wind down and take that time on the beach, but you can also spend the time with the Mayan communities and learn the indigenous ways, the ancient Mayan ways, which is really cool. And you'll have some amazing food while you do it, and you'll meet some incredible people too. We also have Costa Rica. So Costa Rica is actually our second largest volume destination in terms of people traveling to it. So, we've got that 30% off. This is just one of our itineraries for 7 days. You've got cloud forest, coffee plantations, canyoneering. What I love about Costa Rica is, you've got adrenaline activities, you've got biodiversity in terms of wildlife, fauna and flora. You've got incredible food. You've got the wellness aspect of Costa Rica. There's something on offer for everyone, whether you're a family wanting to travel there, a solo traveler, or if you're, planning to go as a couple. It's an awesome place to experience. Peru's actually our number one volume destination. If there's anywhere you go and want to go and experience first with G Adventures, I highly recommend Peru. You actually see G Adventures everywhere there. We're the largest tour operator on the ground in Peru. We have an epic itinerary here, which is 21 days, one of my favorites. You will actually start and end in Lima, and you'll make your way to the Amazon jungle. You'll spend some time in the Sacred Valley experiencing our indigenous communities. Now, on our itineraries to Peru, you have 3 choices. You have the Inca Trail, the Last Trek, or the Cusco Stay. So the Inca Trail is the 4-day hike, which you can partake in if you wish, and that's camping. And then the Last Trek is a bit more off the beaten track. So if you want something a bit more remote and away from people and less busy, then the Last Trek is great. It's 3 days. That also is camping. You'll spend 1 night with the Kunkani indigenous community. And then the Cusco Stay is actually the train, which you'll take up. So if you don't want to be, too active and spend too much time, at high altitude trekking to make your way to the Sun Gate, then that's a great option. So you can do Peru. It doesn't have to be the itinerary where you do the hike, which most people think it is, but we have the train option, and it's gorgeous. You've got beautiful windows that allow you to look at the beautiful mountains as you make your way around. And then you'll stop in Aguas Calientes and you'll take a bus to Machu Picchu. And it's only about a 30-minute walk once you get there to see the beautiful side of Machu Picchu. So one of the most amazing things you see when you go to Peru is the amount of Michelin star restaurants that are there in Lima itself. It's very known for its food and fertile land. So if you're a big foodie, someone who wants to experience something out of the box and unique, Peru's an awesome place to go and see. Portugal is a huge destination for us too. So this will be at 15%. This is a 7-day itinerary. I actually did this itinerary back in 2022. It was really nice. I love port. So when I spent my time up in the Douro Valley, I bought a couple of bottles home. It was awesome. Great food, great people, and an easy itinerary that gets you around with the local transportation. You'll have your CEO with you and a small group, and you'll get to see the beautiful cities that are on offer in Portugal. Croatia is a big destination for us too. So this is one of our sailing itineraries. So it's important to note when we do our marine itineraries, there are only a maximum group size of 8 to 10 people, which is awesome. And we've completely refurbished our boats as of last year. So completely new. The rooms are all new. So you'll actually get to experience the beautiful ports on offer as you make your way across some of these gorgeous places through Croatia. Very well known for the UNESCO World Heritage Sites there. Turkey's been a big destination for Canadian travelers. This is a 15-day absolute Turkey itinerary that we offer. It starts and ends in Istanbul. This is 30% off. So it's a comprehensive tour of Turkey. It combines history and beaches, the man-made wonders and natural phenomena, the vibrant and welcoming culture. You'll begin your trip, roaming around the palaces and mosques of Istanbul, and then you'll journey into the bazaar as you explore, otherworldly Cappadocia. So you go from one extreme to the other in terms of the food, the people, and you'll have incredible CEOs that will take you along the journey. Now, Jordan is one of my favorite destinations. You know, it's still a place that I talk about a lot. So my wife and I loved it when we went in 2019. So when people ask, you know, me, where would you go for your next trip? I would say Jordan. It's a magical place. It has a lot on offer. It's a very, you know, it's the least conservative place in the Middle East in terms of, you know, the rules that are to follow, and it's awesome. It's just a beautiful place. Ancient history that, you know, spans Arabic, Greek, and Roman culture, and then on top of that, you have incredible food and amazing landscapes that, you know, make up the region. So this is a 9-day solo-ish itinerary that we have. Now, also our other Jordan itineraries outside of the solo-ish travel style are actually on sale too. So you can certainly have a look if this is a place and region you're looking to go. But this one goes from Amman and finishes up in the Dead Sea. And we've also got our African safari. So this is a classic itinerary, which means it's open to all ages. So, you know, generally the age range can be anywhere between 25 to 85. It's awesome. Now we've introduced our Lando vehicles to the classic product, whereas it used to only be for our 18 to 30 somethings, which is great. So you can see the Lando in the picture there. That's what you'll be traveling around in on. And it'll be camping throughout the whole trip. So if you're someone who wants to, you know, do Africa the rugged way, there's certainly an opportunity to do that and spend some time in some amazing campsites and, you know, wake up to incredible sounds or go to bed to incredible sounds. This will actually take you from Victoria Falls to Nairobi. So it's a nice long-winded itinerary. I used to live in Victoria Falls for 5 years. It's actually where I met my Canadian wife, and she brought me here to freeze for the last 10 years. And, you know, it's fine. I love it. Now, I've spent a lot of time in South Luangwa National Park. You'll see an array of leopards. They've got a big population of painted dogs there too. And then you'll make your way up and you'll go through some incredible lakes and Zanzibar, where you get to unwind and then finish up in the amazing landscape of East Africa. So it's a really cool itinerary. It's 20 days. So if you're someone, you know, who doesn't want to, you know, spend an exorbitant amount, which it can, you know, come to in these trips to East and Southern Africa, this is certainly an itinerary to look at. And the Lando is really cool. It's fully equipped with Wi-Fi, so you can keep all your friends and family updated while you travel. So this is another one that we offer. Zimbabwe to Kenya overland, just another option. And then we've got our Southeast Asia Encompass. So a lot of Canadians are traveling to Southeast Asia, and we have itineraries that span anywhere from 8 to 39 days. So a huge destination for you to, you know, achieve. And we've got this at 30% off right now. So it starts and ends in Bangkok, which is great. It's a great sort of a city to finish, you know, start and finish in, because you can do onward travel to other parts of Asia if you wish to. But this is an awesome itinerary that covers 5 different countries. And then we've got a Cambodian itinerary here, which is 14 days, starting in Phnom Penh and ending in Phnom Penh. Limestone casts, you know, incredible temples, Angkor Wat, your savor noodles in Hoi An. Amazing street food in this part of the world, gorgeous cafes as well, great coffee, and just incredible people too. So I'm Australian, but I've got a lot of New Zealander friends, and they're all adrenaline junkies. They all do crazy things, and that's why we have an awesome itinerary that covers multi-sport for the south and the North and South Islands, I should say. So this will be an active itinerary. This is a travel style that we offer. Now, when people think of the word adventure, they often think that we're just an active tour operator, but when I said 14 travel styles, active is one of those travel styles. So this means that you'll actually stay active throughout the itinerary. It'll be actually a form of locomotion. So, you know, you do, you know, kayaking, cycling, hiking, trekking, any form of locomotion that's active will be part of the itinerary to get you around, which is really cool. It's a great way to see, you know, the nooks and crannies of a destination too. And that's what New Zealand has a lot to offer. So I highly recommend it if you're someone who, you know, is active and wanting to experience a 22-day itinerary to New Zealand. All right, awesome. So that's just like some of the itineraries and some of the more popular ones that people are selecting right now. But we've got, as I mentioned, over 600 trips spanning all 7 continents on the majority of our travel styles on sale. And just to reiterate, this sale has started and will end on November 30th. Save 15% off and 30% off on select trips departing by April 30th next year, 2026. Save 10% off on select trips departing between May 1st and August 31st, 2026 next year. And, again, we're serving up our best prices from the start. So don't wait to get booking. You meet up with your CA travel agent. They'll get you sorted out and you're on your way to your next trip. I wonder who's going where. I'm looking to go to East Africa and see the Great Migration at some point, but I also have Antarctica on the cards too. Now, just to touch on the CA member benefit with G Adventures, we have $150 off trips spent over $2,000 per person. I will say that this isn't combinable with the cyber sale discounts. This is applicable for trips that aren't on special. So certainly you get something out of it if there is a trip that you see that's not on special. So keep that in mind. The CA benefit, $150 off trips over $2,000 per person. And this is for trips departing before December next year. So there's a huge window of opportunity there for you if you're looking outside of that time frame that I mentioned for the cyber sale, the Black Friday sale. Perfect. Thank you for taking the time out to listen to me. Karen, over to you.
Well, that's great, Nupi. So there's definitely a travel style for everyone, as Nupi had mentioned. Your CA travel consultant is going to be there to guide you. Whether you're looking for something that's not quite as adventurous, they have definitely a travel style for everyone and a duration for everyone. If you're looking for a shorter stay, absolutely, we can work on that with you. And if you want to make an appointment with our travel team, there's a little QR code right there in the middle of your screen. Just scan over that. You can actually book an appointment, whether you want to come into the store in person or you just want to do it over the phone or online, do a virtual call. We can set it up as you like. On the very left-hand side of your screen there, you see upcoming events. I know we're going to be cruising next Wednesday at 7 o'clock with some of our cruising travel partners. You can register for that. And if you'd like to share this presentation or any of our past presentations on the QR code on the right-hand side, that'll link you to our website and you can catch the replay of this and that'll be posted the next day or two. So let me just have a look here, Nupi, to see if there's any questions, and I don't see any. Great. So again, your travel consultant will be able to guide you on, finding the perfect G Adventure tour for you. Thank you so much, Nupi, for joining us this evening. That was a great presentation. I know Peru is on my list next, and I hope everyone's got one ready to do. And we're saying, it's not the bucket list anymore. It's the book it list.
Love it.
Great. All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.
See everybody.